retro, bro?
What is up, guys? John the Retro Bro here, and I'm back with another video, and this time I want to talk more about emulation. And you know, there's a lot of these new products out lately. It seems like companies are just deciding what they can throw in a box emulation wise and just sell it to the gaming community. And there's a lot of confusion out there. You know, what's legit, what's not legit, what actually works, what does what it says it does. I mean, you have the Retro Sigma, which was a huge disaster that we learned about and we followed for a while. We have the Atari box that we still don't know what it is. We have the Dreamcade, which is a Windows-based platform, and there's just so much out there, and it got me thinking, what could I do on my own? And if you watched my last video, or if you're watching this another time, I did a video previously to this where I did an unboxing of a mini computer. Now it is plugged in right here. I spent the last 2 days with it just to see what it could do, and I must say I'm extremely impressed. I'm real happy about this. And so this is going to be my little review of the Beelink M1 with the N3450 processor, 2.2 gigahertz processor. And this is going to be the emulation video. I told you guys I was going to use it as an emulation machine, Steam machine. So let's actually just go take a look. Instead of looking at my ugly mug, let's go take a look and see what this thing actually does. So let's go check it out. Alright guys, so here we are on the Beelink M1. It is a Windows platform, so just like any Windows 10 device, this is what you'll be greeted with once it is booted up. Now I did obviously go ahead and take the liberty of installing quite a few things here. So one of the things that this will certainly do much better than the Pi right off the bat is play N64. Now I was obviously pretty sure it would do 64 just fine, and I doubt it would have any issues. The Pi will do it sometimes, but this pretty much does everything I've thrown at it so far. The Raspberry Pi will usually just emulate the first party games. This, on the other hand, will do them all through Project 64 Emulator, and then of course upscaled. The Project 64 Emulator is probably one of my favorite 64 emulators. So let's go ahead and try out some N64 first. Now one of the games, obviously Telltale Sign, everyone wants to play but doesn't always work, is Goldeneye Double-Oh-Seven. So let's go ahead and boot this up. We'll go to full screen. So yeah, right off the bat, you can see it is pretty crisp and clear graphics. Obviously, it is outputting at an HD signal, so I'll just go ahead and do a little bit of a demo here. And I'll leave the sound on so you guys can hear it. I'm not monetizing my videos, so if they get flagged, they get flagged. Control, speed, all sound pretty good. Looks like when you do shoot them, there's a bit of something going on there, but it's like you're seeing the hit frames. I don't even know what you would call it. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible. Can't be taken out by the third enemy. Oh, nice. There we go. Get a better weapon here. Oh man, it's been a while. So there is Goldeneye. Obviously you can see that is running. Another Telltale one is, we'll go here and we'll boot up. First thing I booted up, because if it pretty much runs this game, it'll run anything. Now I won't go ahead and play this because any of you who've ever played Conker's Bad Fur Day know there's a couple cutscenes here early on that we just can't bypass, and we're not going to go through the trouble. So it boots up the game. I assure you it absolutely does play. But then again, if you got a system that can handle Project 64, pretty much anything should play on it. So like I said, N64 really wasn't my concern. However, this next one is. Definitely was. So let's go ahead and exit out of N64. So there is our N64 emulation demo on the Beelink M1. Obviously not a problem. Now let's go ahead and close this and let's boot up our Sega Dreamcast emulator. We're using null DC on this, so we'll go ahead and boot some null DC. And we'll go ahead and do an easy one here. We'll go Hydra Thunder. I was playing this a little bit earlier. Get that mouse cursor out of the way. I don't think anybody actually wants to see that. So now the one thing I will say about Dreamcast on this Beelink M1, the N3450 processor. This one, by the way, does have the 4 gigabytes of RAM, not the 8. I know ETA Prime did a video. He had the 8 gigabytes. I know he did say that he was going to test emulation, so it'll be interesting to see how his video differences from mine. But I am running Dreamcast at the native resolution here. If I try to upscale it to 1080, it just the frame rate drops and the sound just goes absolutely to hell. So I'll play it at the native resolution. I don't mind. It still looks good, and you know, I'm not too worried about it.
Damn the torpedoes.
Hydra Thunder was one of my games in the arcade, man. This was where it was at. Love me some arcade racing games. This is the one you have to have.
3, 2, 1, go, go, go!
Now the nice thing about this null DC is it is right off the bat it will use the Xbox 360 controller, so you don't even have to pair the controller. There is some stuff you have to do as far as getting the VMUs to work. It's not complicated, you just essentially have to assign the plugin. But that's for a different video on how to get these actual emulators set up. This is just an overall review of what the system can do and what it can't do, pretty much.
Oh, I missed it.
I forgot you have a boost in this one.
Yeah, me.
I think the best I've done so far lately, I was playing this a little bit earlier, I think the best I did was third. Got it on easy too, that's the crazy part. So this is definitely one of the better emulated games. They don't all run this perfect. Hey, I got first. They don't all run this perfect, I assure you. So we'll go ahead and we'll put one on here that doesn't run great, but it still runs. So we'll go ahead and we will run. Let's see, what wasn't running real. Sonic Adventure 2 was very spotty. I did adjust it a little bit since I've played it, so we'll see how this one runs. It was playing fine in a window mode earlier, but we'll see how it runs full screen here with the settings I have it on. Sonic Adventure does run, the first one does run flawlessly. That isn't earlier, obviously.
File select. Story select.
So this is what I mean. As you can see, you get some screen tearing. The screen tearing doesn't happen when I go into window mode, but this was one of the games that just no matter what I put settings wise, I was getting this sort of stuff here in the full screen mode. This was the only one though. We'll do a few other ones here. You can hear the audio is a little choppy as well. I think if I was going to sit down and actually play this one on here, I'd probably do it in window mode, if you don't mind looking at a smaller window. So just like anything, Dreamcast emulation, not always perfect. That's why I'm curious to see what some of the stuff like the Dreamcade does. Go back. Well, let me go back. I want to hit that. There we go. You got it. I don't even need to go there. Alrighty, so yeah, anyways, like I said, that one's a little spotty. We'll do a different one here. We'll do the first Sonic Adventure. Go back, and there's probably an easier way to do this, but I just haven't figured that out yet. So we'll go ahead and do the first Sonic Adventure. Quake 3 Arena is another one that runs flawlessly. I had zero issues with that one. Daytona USA was another one, zero issues. Resident Evil Code Veronica, zero issues with that one. Blue Stinger, some graphical glitches, but other than that, no issues.
Select a file. Select
We can do a trial. Want me to do a trial? Alright, we'll just do an adventure here.
select a character.
Let's get him!
Now we'll get to the good part. No one wants to see this. Alright, so this is the part everyone wants to see here. Sonic laying onto the Sonic just chilling, man. Getting some sun.
Huh? What? Tails? Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah!
Alright, let's go get dumbass Tails.
Now, what am I gonna do with you?
So yeah, again, this is just one I had absolutely zero issues with. I'm sure this game plays 100% all the way through. Like I said, it would be nice if it wasn't full HD, but you do have to remember this is only a N3450 Intel processor. You're not playing with an i5 or an i7 with, you know, a beefy graphics card. You know, this is just pretty much a little budget mini PC that, you know, if you want to use it for a Steam device, emulation machine, definitely gets the job done. Let's see it do a little more. Yeah, a few. A little rusty. Oh, I missed it. All good. Yeah, again, Sonic Adventure 2. Plays pretty smooth. Didn't get a chance to play Shenmue yet, just haven't downloaded it yet. But I'd imagine I wouldn't have any issues. I got pretty much everything. Everything I've thrown at the Dreamcast has pretty much played it. Some minor sound issues here and there. And then one I haven't played yet, so this will be an experience for both of us, is try the original Marvel vs. Capcom here.
Capcom presents. Let's go! Marvel! Let's go crazy! Move like the baby.
Sounds definitely not perfect.
Ready. Fight!
Plays smooth. This is the first time I've actually played this one. And I know Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is definitely the one. There was a little bit of slowdown on that one. Here and there, I think I was pushing around like 45 frames, 50 frames. You got me. So yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom, the first one seems to be playing perfectly. No issues so far. Got him. So again, no issues on that one. We'll try one more on here. So definitely happy that that one works. There's my mouse, there it is. See if I just downloaded the games I really like to play so far, so I don't have any like huge fan favorites on here yet, but like I said, I have no doubts that most anything will play on here. Again, Daytona, Quake 3, Code Veronica, Blue Stinger, even Soul Calibur. We'll do that one. It's the favorite one of mine. I think that's the right one here. Gotta use my man Keelik. So the only thing I noticed in this one is up top, there is, if you look at the life bar, it does tend to flash green and red, so if you're really trying to pay attention to your life, it could be a little bit of a problem. Looks like our frame rate's pushing, got a few drops down into the lower 40s. But for the most part, Soul Calibur is more than playable. Definitely happy with the performance of Soul Calibur on here. And pretty much happy with the performance overall of the Null DC on this system. So let's go ahead and exit out of Dreamcast, and we'll go ahead and pull up the Dolphin Emulator with another one I get a chance to work with here. And let's see if this thing can do some Gamecube. So we'll go one of my favorite, we'll go Double Dash. Let's bump this into full screen mode here. And again, I have this running at native, I do not have it upscaled. Anytime I tried to upscale it, it did unfortunately give me some problems. No, we're not going to corrupt anything here. We'll go ahead and just do a basic circuit here. Now what is funny is I did notice that performance in this game, a lot of how the performance is determined on the track I'm on. So like for example, this track, get a little bit of a sound issue here. Next track on the other hand, I had absolutely zero issues. But as far as playability goes, you can see that top left corner, I'm at around 40 some frames. Again, on the lower end PC like this, you're not going to play Gamecube at 60 frames. So So if that's definitely an issue for you, this may not be your thing. But as far as playable goes, as you can see, I mean, it's more than playable. I'm not more than playable. I apparently am terrible at this game. And I'll show you what I mean, and we'll go ahead and jump ahead to the next track, so you can kind of see what I mean as far as performance goes. Because for some reason, the next track in this stage, this plays a lot better for some reason. Alright, so here we are in Peach Beach. So you can see right off the bat, this track, for whatever reason, just plays much smoother. Now, the first one was obviously still playable, but this feels more like the original game here. But like I said, for what you pay for this thing at $189, and for what it does, I think it's definitely worth it so far. I mean, if you just want to use it as a Steam machine and an emulator, I mean, you can see it's doing Gamecube pretty well. And we'll go ahead and we'll demo a couple other games here. And we'll go ahead and exit out of and we'll load Super Smash Brothers. Full screen. Probably my favorite Smash Brothers game ever. It's definitely my favorite one. I've always liked Link for some reason. Oh no! Okay, I'm definitely rusty. Give me a break here. Pokemon Ball. Why is there Pokemon Ball? He pretty much did that to himself. I think there's gonna be a little slowdown on this one. Frame rate dropped down to 20 there for a minute. So again, it looks like it really depends on the track you're on, or not track, but the level. So yeah, this level is slow. So just like, you know, you got Dreamcast on here. Dreamcast is pretty much spot on. Gamecube, on the other hand, is a little spotty. But then again, this is Super Smash Brothers. Got a lot going in. How do I get rid of this damn flower? So this is definitely the slowest one that I've played, without a doubt. I'm getting some crazy slowdown here. So I would say this is almost unplayable for some reason. This is just a terrible track to play on, or course. Let's see if we can kill Kirby here and get the hell out of here. And now slowdown's gone. Frame rate kick back up. Kirby's a jerk. Come on, Kirby. Get out of here. There we go. So that is definitely nothing to write home about. Bonus stage here. Oh. I used to think there was a way you could jump out of here. Oh, we'll just get out of it. No one cares about the bonus stage. Let's see gameplay. Let's see if this course is just as bad. And we're back to speed at around 35 frames. A little bit closer to 40, about 38. So this is a little bit better. No, stay down there. See, he jumped up here. So again, I'll let you be the judge on that one. And we'll go ahead and we'll do one more. Exit on that one. I haven't even tried this one yet, so this is a new one. So this is the Twilight Princess. We'll see how this plays. So here we go, Link just running around. Always a good time. Should have tried Wind Waker. Never actually played Wind Waker. I always wanted to though. Ooh, bad frame rate, 16. Alright, so it looks like as soon as we got something going on here. So yeah, it does GameCube. I think my final decision on GameCube, it does do it. It's spotty. I could probably go ahead and mess around with these settings maybe a little bit more. But N64 and Dreamcast so far is definitely a go on this one. So I don't know about this one. I'd have to probably mess around with the settings a little bit. So looks like we're getting some really bad frame rate on this guy. So we'll go ahead and exit this, and again this thing also does Steam as well. So we'll go ahead and launch Steam while we're at it. Open up an indie game on here. Go into big picture mode. Let's pull up Dead Cells. Also got Haunted Halloween 85, Heretic. Dead Cell obviously is a newer game, so we'll go ahead and play that one. If it in fact wants to play it, I probably should have closed Dolphin first. There we go. Now we're playing some Dead Cell. This is a pretty cool indie game. This is like a roguelike Slain almost, Metroidvania style game. Get my ass handed to me. So if you're looking for something just to play some Steam indie games that you really can't play anywhere else, maybe you have a PS4 and a Xbox, and there's a few indie games that they don't have. Indie market quite big on Steam, so this seems to pretty much play this one rather well. Alright, so yeah, that is Steam. Pretty much, like I said, I had no issues on Steam, at least for what I played anyways. Now, if you're looking to play something like maybe Call of Duty, that ain't gonna happen. So just keep that in mind. So I'll go ahead and exit Steam here. And also does run Netflix. It does output to 4K, so we'll do that. But you know, my final thoughts are, anything up to Dreamcast, you're solid. Again, not too many issues with Dreamcast, just a couple here and there. Pretty much everything I threw at it was playable, except for the exception of Sonic 2. But you be the judge. I'm sure there's some tweaking you can do on the emulator. Gamecube is really spotty. It does play it. Again, maybe some tweaking on the emulators. That'll be at a later video. So you guys be the judge. For $189, I would say this is definitely something worth looking into. Pretty much does everything you need it to. Something like that a Dreamcade's gonna do. I'm pretty sure this will do much better. You know, it's gonna play, if you're just rocking a Pi right now and you want to play some N64, some Dreamcast, this will do it much better than a Pi would. And you still have the capability of running Steam on it, something obviously the Pi is not going to give you. So if you're looking to maybe go one step further than the Pi without going into a full built PC, I think this is definitely a way to go. As you saw, guys, the unit's really small, it's very mobile, there's a lot you can do with it. Stream 4K movies, play Steam games, emulate up the Dreamcast. So I'll let you guys be the judge. Let me know what you think. Go ahead and drop a comment below. Don't forget, if you are subscribed, go ahead and hit that bell. That way, when I do put a new video out, you guys do get notified in case you actually care. So, on that note, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Beelink M1 with the N3450 processor. Again, this was the 4GB model, and I would say for $189, final thought, it's definitely worth it. So guys, until the next video, see you next time. Do you even retro, bro?